Shalom, shalom. Just coming in, touching on a hot topic at this time. And this version of our daily bread is titled Spiritual Warfare in Plain Sight. And what I'm going to do is play a video about 40 minutes long or whatnot, just showing all the spiritual battles that's going on in this world today. And at the end of that video, I'm going to just read a quick scripture. And yeah, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop on in that thing. Okay.
Family mourn the loss of 17-year-old Caleb White. This story has touched so many people all over the country.
It's just such a shocking case. He was a star athlete in great shape. It's really hard to understand how he could just collapse and pass away.
Yeah, you know, we all want to think that we would see the signs of something like this and be able to prevent it. But I spoke to a cardiologist today who says if Caleb passed away from sudden cardiac arrest, often there aren't any signs. Damar Hamlin's collapse on national TV in January shocked the country. He suffered sudden cardiac death. Thankfully, he was resuscitated. Then last month, LeBron James' 18-year-old son, Bronny, collapsed on the USC campus. He was also resuscitated. Then last week, 17-year-old Caleb White. Sadly, emergency medical teams were not able to bring him back. Cardiologist Dr. Tom Egan says the most common cause is congenital. It's called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
In African Americans, you can see an increased risk of that disease.
In African Americans, you can see an increase in that disease. So they say. So they say. But let's keep watching and just really see where this mess is coming from.
Hypnosis is usually induced by a procedure known as a hypnotic induction involving a series of preliminary instructions and suggestion.
Operation Mockingbird. The CIA program consisted of literally paying off editors and reporters at most mainstream news outlets, the New York Times, CBS.
What do you get when you cross the mainstream entertainment industry, who are in the boredom killing business, with a military industrial complex, who are in the people killing business?
The Washington Post, Newsweek, AP.
Operation Mockingbird 2.0.
Hypnosis is
A suspense-filled, action-packed comedy horror social engineering project that will entertain you to death.
Sudden cardiac death.
Circus Maximus.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
They Cloned Tyrone. It's a new movie on Netflix.
Open your eyes.
One of the top 3 movies in the world on Netflix right now was directed and co-written by a filmmaker from Tuskegee.
The Tuskegee Experiment. It started in 1932. Hundreds of Black men were recruited for what they thought was free medical care.
All these young men passing out, and then they say it's more likely that Black people get this disease. Could they be putting it in them? Pokey poke, you know. We see what they're doing with these. As you see, it's a bunch of Black mans in the 1930s getting the pokey poke.
Care.
A filmmaker from Tuskegee.
Jewel Taylor was born in Tuskegee and later moved to Montgomery. In his latest project, They Cloned Tyrone. They Cloned Tyrone stars Jamie Foxx and is a sci-fi comedy streaming right now on Netflix.
Bread and circuses, psyops and sightings,
close to 5,000 documents,
disclosure and disinformation,
previously classified.
The House Oversight and Accountability Subcommittee held a historic hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena, also known as UFOs.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are digging into the national security concerns and the mystery posed by unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, also known as UFOs.
Do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years. I know the exact locations.
A whistleblower who formerly worked on the Defense Department's UAP task force, David Grush.
Biologics came with some of these recoveries.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to.
PSYOPs and sightings, brought to you by the masters of misdirection and sleight of hand.
Corporate America is bringing Satanism to the mainstream in preparation for the real disclosure when that man of sin is revealed.
Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Is that KFC chicken sandwich spicy? Sinfully. I'd do anything for one. Anything.
Gotcha one.
Order any KFC sandwich online till July 2nd for Diablo 4 reward.
Do not attempt to eat this burger unless you like sweating, gasping, and jalapeno, habanero, and pepper jack cheese induced hallucinations. My rewards members set your mouth on fire with a one-time El Diablo single for $6.66 in the Carl's Jr. app.
El Diablo single for $6.66. $6.66.
Have you ever heard of a real witch? Summoning demons and trapping them inside cans of water? Inside this very warehouse sits the entire inventory of liquid death mountain water. Each can is about to be infused with real demons by a real witch.
Y'all hear that? Infused with real demons by a real witch. Y'all pay attention to this stuff. This stuff is called liquid death. It's supposed to be some juice or water or whatever the heck it's supposed to be.
A lot of what I practice can be considered traditional witchcraft.
What you're about to witness is very real, very dangerous, and in my opinion, a terrible idea.
We enter into the dark half of the year. Now is the time of the dead. I ask you, spirits, those who are listening, I invite you here. I offer this water.
This ain't supposed to be water. Look what they doing. She is doing a full-blown ceremony, inviting whatever type of spirits into this water. And they is selling this crap. People actually buying and drinking this junk. This spiritual warfare right here.
As a vessel.
Now, for obvious reasons, we are not going to play the entirety of this ritual invocation, but note the date of this summoning was October 2020.
And though they want you to take this commercial as a tongue-in-cheek joke, since it aired, there has been massive spikes in excess deaths, and many of these casualties have been caused by liquid death in one form or another.
I noticed they keep showing the pokey poke thing.
I welcome you. Now is the time of the dead.
Demon-infused liquid death. If you drink it, will you become possessed?
He said, "Will you? If you drink it, will you become possessed?" Wow. And like a couple of weeks ago, I heard an incident about that drink too. I can't remember what it was, so I don't want to say it, but I remember hearing something about that drink, like something happened. If it come to mind, I'll bring it up.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Satanism is becoming
more popular.
We see a lot of TV shows geared towards the whole concept of, very dark, satanic, witchcraft-oriented sort of TV. And we see how a whole counterculture of teenagers who are becoming more interested in this and growing popularity then because of it.
Industrialized devil worship.
The hierarchy of paranormal, multidimensional luminaries are no longer content to govern from the shadows. The first steps to real disclosure are underway.
A suspect described as a demon and an ogre is in custody in connection to the New York Gilgo Beach killings.
You see, the rebellious nations have already chosen their path in the Valley of Decision.
Choose now.
Now.
Choose now.
I would dream about the end of the world. I would see the heavens catching fire. I feel the end is near.
You're throwing me right in the deep end. You're throwing me right in the deep end.
Nights filled with nightmares.
Is it the good book or a bad book?
Nights.
Is it a good book or a bad book?
According to one Utah school district, the Bible contains scriptures that are too violent and too vulgar for young children, so it's now banned.
They say the Bible got scriptures that's too violent or vulgar for children, but yet they got all this other bull crap going on in this world. The homosexual mess, all this stuff going on, but they talking about the Bible is too vulgar and violent. Come on now, man. You got world star hip hop out here. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that. Come on now.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to the reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
This afternoon, the After School Satan Club held its first ever summer club at the Broome County Public Library.
Now look at this. Satan, the first ever Satan Summer Club. We wonder how many pagans don't allow their kids to go to this.
Our Shabelle Acevedo spoke with the campaign director to learn more about what the club is all about.
Satan's not an evil guy. He wants you to learn and question.
Look at that. Look at that.
He wants you to have fun and be yourself. And by the way, there is no hell.
Look, that's the message they're trying to push. Talking about, by the way, there is no hell. Y'all can believe that mess if you want to. Believe that mess. This is Satan's job, is to take you with him to hell. That's his job. So he will make you seem like, he will make it seem as if this stuff was innocent, like it don't exist or whatnot. But don't let these people deceive you now.
The club was able to meet for the first time in the Southern Tier in May, and many parents expressed interest in their kids attending the club, so they launched the first after-school Satan Club summer club at the Broome County Public Library.
A contemporary art gallery in Minnesota recently held what it described as a, quote, demon summoning session. The free event was part of the Walker Art Center's Plant Teachers Day. An author made an exhibit on how to trap a demon. Part of it instructed people to text the word summon to a phone number. And that way parents and children could communicate with the demon.
Look at that. Parents and children can communicate with the demon. Do y'all know how much possession is going to, demon possession is going to come out of that? These people is basically summon whatever they doing in that summer program, whatever, like. And as for the parents, why would you even allow your kids to go to that? These parents are such simps now. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, ain't nowhere in the world. This is why us as parents, it's important that we protect our kids to the fullest ability. Even if it means keeping them away from them schools and whatnot. You teach your kids yourself, because as we see, this is what's going on in them schools.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to God. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils.
And that's the perfect scripture. You cannot sit here and say that you love the Most High and turn around and indulge in some satanic mess like that. You can't say that. People sit here and try and say they love God, but they doing stuff like this. That's crazy. You can't eat from the Most High table and Satan's table. You can't. Either you love the one and hate the other.
Devils. Devils.
Because they chose to follow in the hoof print of the fallen. The shadow of death is enveloping the earth,
waiting for the sun.
This what's going on out here. These are spiritual battles that we got to fight every single day. This the stuff that's going on right in plain sight.
To rise.
Swallowing every soul that lies in its path.
Well, as friends and family mourn the loss of 17-year-old Caleb White, this story has touched so many people all over the country.
It's just such a shocking case. He was a star athlete in great shape. It's really hard to understand how he could just collapse and pass away.
A star on and off the football field in the eyes of friends and family, 19-year-old Mid-American Nazarene student athlete Mizell Law. He collapsed during a practice. He died hours later.
Suddenly, they can be gone.
Legendary Houston rapper Big Pokey has died after fainting on stage last night. Videos circulating on social media show the Sitting Sideways rapper collapsed on stage during a show in Beaumont last night. He was 48 years old.
Former Cal All-American wide receiver Sean Dawkins died suddenly yesterday at the age of 52. In the early 90s, he was one of the best wide receivers in college football, earning consensus first-team All-American honors following his junior season in 1992. A few months later, the Indianapolis Colts made Dawkins the 16th overall selection in the NFL draft, and it was with the Colts that Dawkins made his mark as one of the most consistent receivers in the league. He was a devoted husband, father, and friend. He is survived by his wife and 2 young twin daughters.
The Katy community is remembering a high school cheerleader.
I noticed like all these healthy people is just dropping like flies, bro. Ever since 2020 is like a numerous number of people just dropping like flies, and they all what you would call healthy people. And this just crazy, bro. It's spiritual battles, man.
Her parents are sitting down for an interview after they say she suffered cardiac arrest at a cheer camp.
Her mother will never forget the moment the cheer coach called from the camp they were attending at Texas A&M. They learned that same coach had performed CPR on Callie.
If it wasn't for Eberly, we would have never had the chance to say goodbye.
All right, now to the tragic and sudden death of a 10-year-old cheerleader in Southfield, sending shockwaves through her family and the community. The Oakland County Medical Examiner is trying to figure out what caused this young girl to pass away.
It's like a nightmare.
I wonder what caused it too. Everybody is just passing left and right. I don't know. Ever since this weird procedure came out in 2020, it's just a crazy number of people, man. I don't know though.
Watch a kid go so soon is just, it's nothing I never seen in my life.
It was just after 8 o'clock Friday night outside the school in Southfield where they were practicing. We're told Monet collapsed, 911 was called, and someone started CPR. Paramedics arrived quickly, but Monet wasn't breathing. And despite life-saving measures, she never regained consciousness. The 10-year-old was later pronounced dead at the hospital.
New Mexico State University announced that one of its student athletes died suddenly on Monday morning. Talia Chavarria, a member of the NMSU women's soccer team, died on Monday, according to the university, 20 years old, and was set to enter her junior year at New Mexico State, a shining light within the team, according to NMSU's head coach. Former University of Iowa football player Cody Ince died this weekend. The 23-year-old was an offensive lineman for the Hawkeyes from 2019 to 2021. He passed away unexpectedly near his home in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. According to the online obituary, he leaves behind his fiancee, parents, sister, and other family.
Tim Kennedy was well known in Wilmington's creative and...
Before we even see this part, I bet you it's another young person. I bet you it's another young person they about to show.
Cultural arts community. He passed away unexpectedly at just 55 years old.
Okay, he was 55, but it's amazing, like I said, since this 2020 situation, like people is just dropping like flies. Man, it's crazy. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That pokey poke is working effectively. Yeah. You're absolutely right, man. Most High willing, man. Somebody is understand the message that's being pushed through this. You know, I'm glad you said that because that's the message that I'm trying to get people to understand. It ain't no coincidence that just completely healthy people that never been sick like that or nothing, just out of nowhere, boom, in the middle of games, on a walking home, on the basketball court, just dropping like flies, man. Something going on.
Kennedy was an actor, dancer, director, and mentor to many people.
Sudden death among healthy working age people worldwide is skyrocketing. Here in America, it was up 40%. Our next guest contends a 10% jump would have been a 1 in 200 year event. But this was 40%. Cause unknown. The epidemic of sudden deaths. Tell us about some of these unexpected sudden deaths. It seems like there are a lot of them.
Dang. Straight up. Magoo too? Timbaland, the Magoo from Timbaland and Magoo, he done dropped too. That's crazy, man. Hey, I hear that work. Hey, you right, Ben, too. I wonder how many of them, what'd he say? I wonder how many of them are that penny. Oh, how many people ate that penny burger? Right. Yeah. How many people really ate that mess? They out here giving out 1 cent burgers and God, dog. And man, that's crazy. People falling for this mess left and right. It costs all this money to import this beef and do this, that, but you sell it for 1 cent. There's something going on. I don't know though.
I mean, just from a Google search, you can find like a lot of 12, 14, 16, 18-year-olds that are just dropping dead suddenly. Tell us more.
Right. And in my book, I talk about sudden death.
Hey, Ben, if you can, in the chat, put the name of that documentary up too. I think it's called Sudden Death or Die Suddenly or something like that, but just to remind me.
And we look at the sudden deaths of athletes, which, did it happen before 21? It did. There was a study in 2006 by the Lausanne Institute.
Now here go the lies. Did it happen before 2020? It did in 2006. Right, died suddenly. Well, yeah. Now they got to send Albert Einstein in here to come with a lie. It's been going on since 2006. Get the heck out of here, man.
institute in Switzerland that showed over the course of 38 years, they found 1,101 sudden athletic deaths, which is about 29 a year globally. We'd be lucky to have a month with just 29 since 2021. In my book alone, there's hundreds and hundreds of examples. So something's changed.
Open your eyes. Listen.
Don't fight repentance.
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Don't fight the commandments.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
Don't fight love.
Down for your love. Open your eyes. Listen.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues.
Down for your love.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
It's the height of the summer music festival season, and the crowds are ready to go wild. But the news of 2 more deaths at a traveling dance festival just last month.
Summer is in full swing, and many of those festivals are taking place.
Festival goers.
Busy summer festival season gets underway. Security measures have been heightened.
The psychedelic hippie movement of the 1960s was conceived in a government lab created by the CIA, and this counterculture was introduced via Laurel Canyon. The plan was to hook the kids on sex, drugs, and rock and roll to quell the anti-war movement. The military and the CIA.
Hey, speaking of this sex, drugs, and rock and roll, I just found out yesterday that this fentanyl drug that they had, what's that yesterday? It was either yesterday, it was one of these past few days. I just found out that this fentanyl drug actually comes from Asia. It's like an Asian created drug. It just came to mind when I seen this LSD thing and all that.
CIA used LSD and other MK Ultra techniques to subdue the youth under a well-orchestrated promotional media campaign. Manufactured artists such as Frank Zappa, Jim Morrison, Papa John Phillips, and David Crosby were children of high-ranking members of the American military and once lived in the Los Angeles neighborhood of Laurel Canyon, which also was once home to a military film studio and Air Force station named Lookout Mountain. During the 1960s psychedelic movement, concert venues and music festivals like Woodstock and the Trips Festival were used as laboratories for secret government mind control experiments. But what is happening at today's concerts, like the Astroworld Music Festival or Coachella?
This might be the craziest thing I have ever seen. So at Lana Del Rey's concert, a wave of energy or whatever the heck happened jolted everyone in the crowd back. Just watch the raw footage.
So Travis Scott's concert in Rome reportedly left 60 people injured. Travis Scott's live debut of Utopia at the Circus Maximus in Rome has reportedly left approximately 60 attendees injured and in need of treatment.
Fear spread across Rome after people felt shaking near the historical site Circus Maximus, but it wasn't an earthquake. It was a Travis Scott concert, and fans jumping so vigorously there that the ground shook to the equivalent of a magnitude 1.3 earthquake. And now people are wondering if it's safe to hold music venues.
Man, do y'all really think there was the people shaking the ground? Like, I ain't never heard of that. People jumping so hard till they shaking the ground and monuments falling and all this stuff. That's crazy.
At that ancient site after all that shaking.
Wow. On Wednesday, August 9th, Euronews published an article detailing an incident at the show that resulted in fans getting hurt. The news comes after the tragic events of the rapper's infamous 2021 Astroworld Festival, which left 10 people dead following a stampede at the outdoor event.
This dude, Travis Scott, he's so dang on dark. The Astroworld concert, man, there was so much possessions going on there and all that, man.
Burning Man has a lengthy history. It started nearly 40 years ago, June 1986, as a small ritual on Baker Beach in San Francisco with just 20 guests. They burned an 8-foot
I don't know what they look like. They look like the Tower of Babel right there.
tall effigy, the Burning Man. In 2014, a 105-foot tall effigy was burned, the tallest ever. That year's event drew nearly 66,000 campers. Tragedy struck in 2017, though. A 41-year-old man threw himself into the flames of the burning monument. He died a day later.
We're now learning a man who died at Burning Man Friday was from Truckee. The Washoe County Sheriff's Office identifying him as 32-year-old Leon Reese. They say that he was found unresponsive on the festival grounds Friday and declared dead on site by first responders. While the cause of his death is still under investigation, the medical examiner says drug intoxication is suspected in this case.
22 years ago, Frank Olson plunged to his death from the 10th floor of the Hotel Statler in New York. His family was told he'd committed suicide. It wasn't until June 11th this year that his family learned that, in fact, he'd unwittingly participated in a CIA drug experiment.
They said a drug experiment from them letter people, right? But tell me what, like if you go to a dispensary, they got this same staff on the door of the dispensary or on the window or on the billboard or anything. So they said a letter people experiment. So could that be the same thing with these dispensaries? An experiment. And it's crazy because they got these things at every corner in the ghetto. Every 1-2 mile radius, you're gonna see another one.
It resulted in his bizarre death.
It was here that the CIA funded a series of experiments, severe experiments, brain surgery, psychosurgery, creation of amnesia, parapsychology, manipulation of genes, administration of sodium pentothal, hypnosis, isolation, and deprivation of sleep. A report of a woman who had electrodes implanted in the brain and was then given LSD and other drugs. She became agitated, cried, lapsed into a trance-like state. The work was done by the Institute's then director, Dr. Ewan Cameron. It is the closest experimentation to brainwashing yet disclosed. The Search for the Manchurian Candidate, a history of intelligence agency work with mind control.
There go that same staff, that serpent in the staff thing. That's crazy. This the same stuff. You go to the hospitals, you see this same stuff. These dispensaries, the same thing. So let me see something. Let me see something right quick. Something just came to mind. I'm trying to see something right fast. Whoa, now check this out. I don't know if y'all be able to see it. But this is my insurance card. And look what's on there. The same thing. That's crazy. I don't know if y'all how good y'all can see that. Most I willing y'all can, but it's amazing how that thing is everywhere.
All the scientific data gathered from these psychological mind-altering experiments is now being utilized to condition the susceptible subconscious minds of children, so the next generation will already be pre-programmed to embrace the totality of the Luciferian doctrine.
Hold up, let's rewind that because that's deep right there. Hold up. Setting it up for the next generation so they could be already indoctrinated with the Luciferian.
All the scientific data gathered from these psychological mind-altering experiments is now being utilized to condition the susceptible subconscious minds of children, so the next generation will already be pre-programmed to embrace the totality of the Luciferian doctrine.
Already programmed to embrace the totality of the Luciferian doctrine. And now that they said that, that's true, because generations past, times before, it was easily the influence of people. That's why. I got you, man.
It's morning again. The sun is shining. The goats are screaming. And I'm still here despite the fact that last night I witnessed someone get ritualistically murdered by my dad's cult that I just inherited.
Oh, here we go.
What the?
Look, that's how they do it. Put in cartoon, make it look innocent, like it's just a joke or something. Kids see, and this how they, like they were saying, programming the kids to accept that indoctrination. This how they do it right here. Yeah, through these cartoons and programs. That go, and that's a key word right there. Program.
I'm Petey. I had it all. Mother!
Here.
What's this?
It's a message from your father.
It's me, your father. The community of New Utopia is all yours.
Travis Scott's live debut of
Right.
Utopia at the Circus Maximus in Rome.
Who are you?
The name's Nimona.
Wow. His concert was named Utopia or something like that, right? And that cartoon that was just being showed, the village of it was called Utopia.
Your sidekick has arrived.
I don't need a sidekick.
Every villain needs a sidekick.
I'm not a villain. The real villain is still out there, and I do need help.
And then, who do you want to kill first?
What?
Look, I can help you, but promise me you won't freak out.
Why would I trust you?
Promise!
I promise!
Even when you see the horn?
Horn!
Promise!
I promise, I will not freak. Oh.
This is the part where you run. Call me help! They call me Stacey!
This brother partner is basically a demon. These cartoons, I'm telling y'all, this spirit, the title of this is Spiritual Warfare in Plain Sight. This is spiritual warfare in plain sight, because this is how they attack the children, the little ones. They make it look innocent.
They call me help!
Let's break stuff.
Right, man. Yep. The same thing. Yep. Oh, man. Don't tell me. Oh, dang.
The reprobate mind.
Look at the cartoon. Wow.
And now Disney, the company that lost at least $300 million by promoting homosexuality in the animated kids movies Lightyear and Strange World, is at it again. Courtney Faber posted videos on TikTok.
Hold up, dog. That was Buzz Lightyear. Oh, man. They done turned Buzz Lightyear out? Dang. They done turned Buzz Lightyear out, man. God, dog. Kids can't have nothing no more.
Her family's visit to Disneyland. One of them has received 8 million views. It shows her daughter greeted by Nick.
So my niece, Nick, I'm one of her godmothers and princesses. I'm here to shop around and make all your selections for the day.
Mommy, why does that princess have a mustache?
Nick.
Oh, honey, because some princesses are boys. A new show about an 8.
The little girl mama said, some princess are boys. No, ain't no princess a boy. That's bull crap. These parents.
18-year-old in.
It's over for Babylon. Well, they teaching the kids that. Yeah, Ben. He was an intergalactic warrior. Now he's a he's a butt monkey. Oh man.
Impregnated by Satan. That's Disney's latest project. They've agreed to.
Look at this. Pauline, teen falls in love with the devil in German series from Disney.
Stream the 6-part German-produced series on Disney Plus. The The show's name is Pauline. It's produced by the same people who created the Netflix show How to Sell Drugs Online Fast. The producers say Pauline is, quote, close to their hearts. They're thrilled that Disney loves the coming-of-age story as much as we do.
The spellcasters just want to plant the seeds of confusion. Hasatan will water it with the unholy water of deception so the weeds, thorns, and tares can overtake and choke the good fruit from the heart of the child.
Autobot, Decepticon, Terran, he wants to destroy us all.
Autobots, defend this home with everything you've got. Transformers Earthspark. Stream new episodes with your family July 28th, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
My pronouns are they, them.
I'm Sam. I'm she, they, but you already know that. Hey, it's okay. I know I'm safe when I'm with my friends or other non-binary people.
Non-binary?
People who aren't female or male. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have assumed.
I always knew my pronouns felt right, but what a wonderful word for a wonderful experience.
When the spirit of confusion takes hold of a generation, they have little to no defense against the deception of a predator.
I've trained all the children at my summer camp to come to me whenever I play my recorder.
Not the Pied Piper. Oh, the Pied Piper. Dang. The Most High got something in store for these folks, man.
Bunch of 5 to 11-year-olds are just following me wherever I go.
Dog, he said 5 to 11 years old.
I have so much power and I love it. It's the perfect time to teach them about trans.
I have so much power and I love it. It's the perfect time to teach them about trans.
Now,
You see, over time, the actual people of the nation begin to take on the attributes and personality traits of the demon gods they knowingly or unknowingly serve. Pan, or Peter Pan, the Pied Piper, is clearly manifesting not only in this individual, but throughout Western society.
Look, they don't even want the grown folks no more. They want the children. The children. That's key. That's why we got to protect these babies. They want these little ones because it's easy to train them up. With us, it'd be restraints. But them children, they innocent. To the pure, all things are pure. So they see this stuff and think that's what it is.
There's no such thing as someone else's child. No such thing as someone else's child. Our nation's children are all our children.
Whoa. He said there's no such thing as someone else's child. Oh, man.
There's no such thing as someone else's child. No such thing as someone else's child. Our nation's children are all our children.
He basically telling you right there what's they plan. Get your children. Hey, we're gonna attack. That's how we attacking. I played this. We did a podcast episode. I forgot what episode it was. It's titled "The Letter People Are Taking Over the LGBT Community" or whatever. And I played a longer video in there with this, but they basically saying we queer, we coming for your children. That's what they saying right here.
Wow. That's a really bad idea.
Now, I want you to pay close attention. Watch how the satanic media covers for the transgender agenda in this next report.
First responders were called here to these apartments on Saturday for an apparent cardiac arrest. When they got here, they discovered someone had died and also found that several people were hiding children in a back room. Tonight, 4 children less than 10 years old are in DCF custody after authorities and public officials say they were found in an apartment with 6 cross-dressing men, sex toys, drugs, and alcohol. Firefighters discovered them after one of those adults died at the apartment. According to their incident report, the apartment was in extreme unsanitary conditions. All adult parties were being uncooperative and denied having children in the apartment.
Drugs, alcohol, drug paraphernalia, sex toys, etc.
Did you catch that? 6 cross-dressing men, not transgender women. They want you to know men, evil men, did this. Not their stunning and brave transgender women who are part of their loving LGBT plus community.
Look, they were saying something about cardiac arrest a couple of seconds ago before they got to this part of the episode. I got a quick little article for that too once this video is over with. Something just came to mind. So yeah, we're gonna
Broke their own rule and misgendered them by referring to them as men.
Tonight, 4 children less than 10 years old are in DCF custody after authorities and public officials say they were found in an apartment with 6 cross-dressing men, sex toys, drugs, and alcohol.
Hey, it's okay. I know I'm safe when I'm with my friends or other non-binary people.
Non-binary?
People who aren't female or male.
A poll published in Newsweek has found that 44% of millennials believe misgendering somebody should be a criminal offence.
The reprobate mind.
I wanna go further, a place with no more drama, a heaven where we've never been.
Because of the growing repentance of the chosen elect, the vengeance, which belongs only to Yahuwah, is being activated, and our enemies are falling on their own sword.
To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make hate.
Though a spirit of confusion within their ranks has caused them lots of friendly fire and lots of collateral damage,
but the excess deaths are still going up.
Their main target.
So basically, with all this trickery and treacherous stuff they doing, it's falling back on them as well. They got to suffer some of the losses just to get their message pushed across, just to get their agenda out there. That's the collateral damage.
It is still the children of Israel.
Finland's Minister for Economic Affairs, Väylä, said addressing the parliament, quote, "It would be justified for Finland to shoulder its responsibility by promoting climate abortion. Climate abortion would be a small step for a person, but a giant leap for humanity." He said the solution for the climate crisis is to give more abortions to African women.
Oh my goodness. So people reproducing, they basically saying people reproducing is the reason why it's climate, what they would say climate, they need climate control because people is reproducing too much. And why do it gotta, out of all these countries, you got Russia, Asia, Rome, this, that, etc. First thing they say is Africa. They let you know. Climate abortion, exactly, Ben. I'm like, what the heck? So, man, this stuff is out of control, bro. This gospel shall go across the 4 corners. Then the end shall come. So, Christ's message is going to get out there. And once it's out there, that's when the sky going to crack because these people is tripping. These people tripping. If the Most High didn't speed up time, we will all be hit. What the heck is climate abortion?
Amen. His statement in Parliament, where he said that the solution for the climate crisis is to give more abortions to African women. He suggested that.
Why he can't do more abortion for his women? Why I gotta be African women? What, they ain't having them babies? And I'm not with abortion, but don't sit here and try and push it on somebody else. Push it on yours, shoot.
Finland should promote what he called climate abortions in African countries.
So the Finland Minister of Economic Affairs is calling for climate abortions in Africa. He's confident that the public is so brainwashed that he can proclaim that African babies have such a high carbon footprint that they pose a threat to the environmental health of the.
So, carbon footprint. So a person breathing is too much. It's messing up the climate. Like, it's messing up the environment. That's crazy, bro. These. Hey, the title of this is Spiritual Warfare in Plain Sight. This is a perfect example of a spiritual warfare. Like, it's crazy.
The planet. Therefore, they must be killed. And their cult says, yes, save the planet, kill the babies.
All these eugenics advocates disguise themselves as environmental conservationists and humanitarians.
Because think also about the impact.
Oh, there y'all go. The first black vice president. Hey, this who y'all wanted, right?
On not only the local economy, not only on an investment in the entrepreneurs and innovators from and in the community, think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
And their cult says, yes, save the planet, kill the babies.
Think of the impact on family budgets.
So people is the reason why it's not clean air? People breathing is the reason why it's not clean air? Newborn babies and stuff? What? Or is it because of this stuff that y'all putting out here? Like, what? Hey, this junk is crazy. Hey.
Something unholy is happening. The fabric of decency, which underpins healthy society, is tearing at the seams.
18-year-old Cesar Olade allegedly called 911 and confessed to killing his mother, father, and siblings.
2 12-year-old girls are accused of plotting to kill their families.
Police in Storm Lake have arrested a teenage girl accused of trying to hire a hitman. Investigators say the target was a 7-year-old child.
Unraveling and unveiling a nest of festering political parasites, feasting on the social decay of the modern world. The West has opened too many doors and has been guided by greed into too many unholy covenants. Innocent bloodshed does not just go away. It cries out. It hunts the land.
So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
As the occult brotherhoods work to avert their judgment, bind the prophecies, and poison those that pose a threat, the sheer scale of the die-off has proven to be impossible to cover up.
Excess deaths around the world remain high. They were throughout 2022, and this is continuing into 2023.
Like I said, the sheer scale of the die-off has proven to be impossible to cover up, so they are programming the public to view these sudden deaths as ordinary, regular, and routine.
That's right. The Western media is conditioning the masses to acclimate to a new normal, a normal where high school and college students can expect blood clots, strokes, and heart attacks as just another character building coming of age experience.
You're getting word that Bronny James, who is going to be a freshman basketball player at USC, suffered cardiac arrest while at a practice yesterday.
LeBron James' son Bronny remains under observation as he continues to recover from that cardiac arrest he suffered during basketball practice. His heart literally stopped. And we're learning more about the extraordinary effort that went into getting him the help he needed.
Bronny James' collapse marks the second time in a year that a USC basketball player has suffered cardiac arrest while training on campus. And just like a year ago, USC's medical staff was on hand to provide immediate and life-saving care. Bronny James is believed to have been brought back to life. Bronny James is believed to have been brought back to life.
I mean, how many kids in your senior class died of strokes?
Massive spikes of all-cause death mortality rates go unnoticed and are completely ignored.
This ongoing mass casualty event doesn't even raise an eyebrow on the CBS all-seeing eye.
While the full might of the technological occult's power is deployed to keep certain key individuals alive,
or at least keeping up the appearance of a living, walking, talking human being.
First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody. I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back. But I did go through, I went to hell and back.
But he's not the same. But he's not the same.
Believed to have been brought back to life.
yes, cloning, communion with the dead, necromancy, the reversal of rigor mortis, and the reanimation of a clinically dead corpse has all taken center stage in the American magic show, the Illuminati's grand prestige, the inverted resurrection.
Believed to have been brought back to life. Brought back to life. Brought back to life.
So before we released Marine Kingdom 3, we felt it was important to lay the foundation so all our viewers and family would spiritually understand just exactly what's happening metaphysically here in the Western world. And not only at sea, but here on dry land, so you can prepare yourself and your family for what's coming.
So as you can see, they are blatantly moving the public into open Satanism. And this will have dire consequences for those who stay in their institutions, stay in their population centers, and in their system.
In this Signs of the Times video, due to restrictions and censorship, we merely hinted at the subject we intend to tackle, the Hermetic summoning that is underway, giving legal jurisdiction under maritime law to a host of Marine Kingdom water demons and spirits of Leviathan. But we are called to fear no evil.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
Fear no evil.
Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
As we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
He's a healer, a savior.
All praises.
I am the resurrection and the life.
My heart was so tired.
So tired.
He brings joy.
He's a healer. He's a savior. Hallelujah.
I will fear no evil. Hallelujah. All praises. All praises to the Most High Yah.
Shalom, family. We pray all is well. We just wanted to give everyone a quick update. A couple of weeks back, our video, Fashion Runway to Hell, The Devil Wears Balenciaga, was deleted by the Thought Police at YouTube. We were given a strike, and our channel.
All right, yeah, that's crazy, man. Hey, this spiritual warfare is real, for real. As you see, the people video this was, they talking about they stuff being striked as well. But I was just sent something from my app, and basically they come with laws. Excuse me, they come with laws, certain laws and rules and whatnot. On podcasts like this, you know what I'm saying? All we trying to do is just, spread the message and wake people up to all the buffoonery that's before us. But they don't want that to come out. And we just trying to wake people up. Think outside the box. Let me show y'all something right quick. Because like the sister was just saying at the end of that video, they page was being striked. Our page not been striked before. But check this out. Justin Trudeau moved to regulate podcasts and to analyze and track content and subscribers. Canadian tyrant Justin government recently moved to its next phase of controlling the population. The Trudeau government will now regulate podcasts and track content and subscribers. This tyrannical order comes after Trudeau restricted access to news in Canada last August. This should come as no surprise. Trudeau previously froze the bank accounts of protesting truckers in Canada. The Trudeau government announced that being pro-Trump was a factor that would use to freeze accounts. Like this, I don't know. I ain't never even heard this, brother. Good looking on this, Ben. But yeah, man, these people out here tweaking. All people doing is just talking, speaking their mind. Half the stuff that's being shown ain't even us talking, it's them talking, So yeah. Hey, they working hard, man, because the Most High is waking his people up at an all-time rate right now. At an all-time rate. And I'm about to play one more little video right quick. Because if y'all remember in that video that I was just playing before I read the article, they were showing a scene where they was burning a wooden man or whatever. But that's actually in a movie. Okay, yeah, being a Canadian politician. Yep, that's who he was. Yep. Yeah, let me play this trailer right quick. Let me play this young trailer. The trailer, the name of the movie is called The Wicker Man.
I have come here from the mainland to investigate the disappearance of a young girl, Rowan Morrison. That's her name? You know her?
No, I've never seen her before. You suspect foul play?
I suspect murder.
We don't commit murder up here. We're a deeply religious people.
Where is Rowan Morrison?
The thing inside you, burn them down below. Fire, seed, and fire, feed me.
get out here unaided. Not the way you feel.
Where is Rowan Morrison?
It is time.
Oh,
keep your
look at that. This is in a movie. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. This is in a movie. They put it in plain sight.
Look at Wickham there.
Hail the Queen of the May! Hail, Queen of the May! Lord!
You simply never understand the.
Remember that? The wooden man burning in the video? The same thing. It's the same exact thing. They putting this stuff in plain sight. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Like the act was saying too. Showing how they were sacrificing children on the beach. It's the same thing.
True nature of sacrifice.
Take the flame inside you, burn and burn the lane. Fire seed and fire feed and make the baby stay.
Hey. Hey, this stuff in plain sight. This stuff in plain sight. Remember, a guy jumped into the fire. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, jumped right into that thing. Yeah. Let me get this. I got one more article too, right quick. I've been sitting on this for a few days, man. Hey, remember this Freestyle Sunday podcast? A lot of this stuff is freestyle. I've been sitting on all this stuff for a minute. And the Most High just put it on me to bring this stuff out today. So, hey, this is what it is. It just so happened all this stuff going in cahoots with each other. All praise to the Father. And none of this stuff is planned. Remember in that video I was just playing, they was talking about cardiac arrest. Yeah, they was talking about cardiac arrest. Check this out. Let me bring it up real quick. Give me a few seconds. Yeah, that's it too. Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'm about to share my screen with y'all. Man, for some reason, all of a sudden, this stuff going slow. Now my junk lagging. Give it a second, y'all. This stuff lagging like a mug. I don't know what's going on now. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They was talking about cardiac arrest in that video. I'm trying to get the whole thing for some reason. I can't get the whole thing. Okay, here we go. Bam. Now the whole thing popped up. All right. Yeah. All right, y'all. They talking about cardiac arrest, right? And they were saying black people was bound to get this disease or whatever is at a higher rate than any other nation of people to get this disease. I wonder why. Look at this article from Epoch Time. I actually received this article in my email like a week or so ago. Like I said, I've been sitting on this, just waiting for the perfect time. And hey, I praise to the Most High. It's coming out today. But this, like I said, article from Epoch Time. and it's titled myocarditis, and COVID-19 jabs. How the CDC missed a safety signal and hid a warning. COVID-19 jab caused heart inflammation. Whoa, hold up. Ain't that what they were saying people was falling out for because they had heart problems? Look at this. Caused heart inflammation, swelling of the heart. U.S. authorities now acknowledge, but after being warned in the early 2021 about a large number of cases among healthy young people. Look at that, about healthy young people in Israel after COVID-19 vaccinations, authorities did not immediately alert the public, while also failing to detect a safety signal that was present in the U.S. An Epoch Times investigator has found, even after death from myocarditis, inflammation of the heart were reported, and myocarditis was designated as likely side effects of the jab. Hold up, let's highlight that one. It say myocarditis was designated as a likely side effects of the jab. Keep that highlighted. This what they saying. This what they saying. They forgot to tell people. Oh, we forgot to tell you this is a side effects to that. Dang, that's messed up. It say U.S. officials kept recommending jabs for virtually the entire populace. That led to millions of young people receiving a vac. Many of those people suffered, as we was just seeing in the video. Many people were suffering. Look at this. Aiden, 14, was one of them. He received a dose of the Pfizer jab of May 21 and a second jab June 21. 2 days after the second dose, Aiden was woken in the middle of the night with pain that was comparable to when he tore his arterial ligament, basically. His mother, Emily, rushed him to the hospital, where he spent days receiving care. Even after he was discharged, his exercises was limited for more than 4 months. Look, man, it's crazy, bro. Spiritual warfare in plain sight. Let's go back up there, man. Look at this blue. Look at the highlighted part. This the side effects right here. This the side effects right here. To putting this foreign object in your body. That's the side effects. Now, it's a Miss Ekanayak or whatever trusted these people, trusted the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention before the experience. Now she does not. This is what she said right here. She disliked them. She think they evil. That's what she told Epoch Time. They say no transparencies. They say the CDC, American Public Health Agency, was warned by Israel on February 28, 21 about a large number of myocarditis cases after the Pfizer COVID-19 vac. Documents obtained by the Epoch Times shows. I can clear, they got documents. Dang. It say eternally the warning was designated as a high importance and set off as a review of the U.S. data. The review found 27 reported cases in the states, according to the U.S. It say dates March 9, 21. The incident rate was low, but missing the incomplete data make it challenging to access cautious. The memo states the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is said has not made a final determination determination regarding the casualties. That's crazy, y'all. Look at this. Yeah. Hey, this was going on, though. When y'all get a chance, look this article up and read it for yourself. This crazy. Y'all gotta look it up because I don't think I can share this. Epoch Times be kind of stingy what they sharing. Thank the Most High got it to warn the people that are praises. But yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that cardiac arrest situation though. Myocarditis. Myocarditis or whatever disease. Yeah. But that's what they said. But I'm about to end this though. I'm about to grab a quick scripture right quick just to let people know we was warned about this. You understand? And I want to give our praises to the Most High for everybody that tuned in. Hit the like button and share. Let's get this message across. We're going to go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10, starting at 10. Okay. Yeah. And it reads, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the powers of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, a higher, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that's what we've seen in that video, like when the lady was doing the what was the name of that drink? Liquid Death, casting spells on that. That's spiritual wickedness in high places right there. Verse 13, it say, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to be able to withstand in the evil days, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of a higher, praying always with all prayers and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. So this is why we're doing this, for all the saints. We here to warn the people, bring out this news, let people know, look, put on that full armor. It's a spiritual battle out here. And without the Most High and Christ being on our side, we're not going to win. So put on this full armor of the Most High, Ephesians 6, 10 through 19. Read that stuff. Let's get this stuff, let's prepare our souls, our households, our brothers and sisters. Let's stay girded up. And with that, I give all praise to the Most High for another episode of Our Daily Bread. Most High willing, me and the Ox, Benaiah and Ox Cortez Israel be back real soon with the podcast. Until then, we always got episodes you can go back and check out, Freestyle Sunday podcast is right here, it's right there. YouTube, Rumble, check us out on, go to that Rumble page too. Check us out. Help us out over there because, hey, we can go on that and really go in and talk on that. There's no regulation, so there's more information we can bring out. Okay. So, Most High willing, all three of us will be back on here real soon. Most High willing. And check out the other pages too, Royal Scepter Yeshaya YouTube page, as well as Pilgrims in the Earth YouTube page. Like I say, glory to the Father for this episode. And Shalom.